The Strange Tales of the Bureau of Paranormal Investigation author, Perdong Shui Shuing 1987, the Greater Kingdom Range experienced a rare forest fire. After the fire was extinguished, all that remained were charred ruins and scorched wood, with the air filled with the smell of burning. A team of PLA soldiers was still on site doing the final cleanup. They hadn't had a proper rest for over a month, and the post-disaster devastation had numbed them after so many grim sights. Some charred bodies, mostly animals, but also a few fallen firefighters and militia members were being cleared away for burial at the foot of the mountain. Suddenly, a soldier seemed startled by something and shouted to his squad leader in a sharp voice, "Squad leader, come here quickly." "What is this thing? Zhongju, what are you yelling about now? Look at you, so easily spooked." The squad leader approached, assuming Zhongju had found another charred corpse. When he got closer, he indeed saw a blackened corpse lying on the ground, its body burnt and hairless but still recognizable as human from the neck down. However, the head was another matter. The head was severely damaged in the fire, with most of the facial muscles burned away, revealing 2 rows of sharp fangs. The skull was excessively protruding, resembling more the head of a canine than a human. The squad leader felt a chill run down his spine and sweat forming on his forehead as he stared at the corpse. The surrounding soldiers gathered, pointing and discussing the corpse. "Zhongju, go find the company commander and report this," the squad leader ordered, trying to steady his nerves. He knew he couldn't handle this alone and needed to involve the higher-ups. "Yes, sir," Zhongju replied, running toward the company headquarters. The squad leader sighed as he watched him go. Just as he was about to disperse the onlookers, a soldier shouted, "It moved." The monster moved. The squad leader quickly looked at the corpse, which still lay motionless on the ground, but its position had clearly changed. The squad leader's mind buzzed. "It's not dead. How is this possible? It's burnt to a crisp and still alive." In that moment of shock, the charred corpse suddenly stood up straight. It grabbed the nearest soldier, opened its mouth full of fangs, and viciously bit his throat. With a violent jerk, it flung the soldier 7 or 8 meters away. The soldier's neck was a mangled mess, blood gushing out profusely. He clearly wouldn't survive. "Damn it!" The stand squad leader snapped out of his shock, grabbed the automatic rifle slung on his back. The task was to clean up the fire scene, and only the squad leader had a Type 56 automatic rifle to prevent wild animal attacks. Pulled back the bolt and aimed at the charred corpse, firing a burst of shots. The bullets hit the corpse's chest accurately, but they had no effect, like pebbles thrown into the sea. Instead, they attracted the corpse's attention, and it turned towards the squad leader, slowly advancing. Gritting his teeth, the squad leader held down the trigger, firing another burst into the corpse's chest. This time, the shots had some effect, making the corpse stagger back slightly. But as soon as the shooting stopped, the corpse resumed its slow advance towards the squad leader. Out of bullets, the squad leader gripped his rifle like a club, ready to use it as a melee weapon. The soldiers beside him picked up shovels and pickaxes, preparing to fight the corpse. Just then, someone shouted from behind the crowd, "Everybody get down!" Recognizing the familiar voice, the soldiers immediately dropped to the ground. A volley of gunfire followed, striking the corpse and sending sparks flying. Soon, the gunfire ceased, and the corpse finally fell backward, unable to continue. The soldiers turned to see that it was the company commander, the political instructor, and another soldier who had fired the shots. Their 3 rifles were empty, and they quickly reloaded, aiming at the fallen corpse. The squad leader, closest to the corpse, saw it motionless. After waiting a moment with no further reaction, he cautiously approached. When he looked at the corpse's face, he saw its eyelids had been burned off, but the eyeballs still hung in their sockets. Upon closer inspection, the pupils were dilated. It was truly dead. 1 day later, On an express train from Jilin to Beijing, 5 armed police soldiers sat together in the last carriage. Among them were the squad leader Shen Yuanchao and the soldier Zhang Zhu, both of whom had just experienced the strange corpse incident. The matter had been classified, with a gag order issued. Photos of the monster's corpse had been taken and sent to the Biological Research Institute of the Chinese Academy of Sciences in Beijing on the same day. The evolutionary biology experts who saw the photos were ecstatic. The corpse posed a challenge to Darwin's theory of evolution and, in scientific terms, was more significant than the Peking man's skull fossil that had been missing for half a century. To avoid the mishaps that had plagued the transportation of the Peking man's skull, the armed police unit was instructed to transport the corpse securely and secretly. They even assigned a special train for the task, because of the special nature of the transport. This military train had no passenger cars, only a few freight cars attached in front. Besides the 2 train drivers in the locomotive, there were only these 6 soldiers in the last carriage.